A beautiful, glorious Sunday morning here. We welcome you. Great to have you with us here on Chucker TV. Live, of course, coming to you from Grand Champions Polo Club. The teams are behind me. I'm going to introduce you to the finalists of the 50,000 National 12 goal. Strap yourselves in. It's going to be a cracker. So, without any further ado, let me introduce you to the team, starting from left to right. Beverly, Equestrian. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for number one, Mr. Bill Ballhouse. At number two, the two-goaler, that is Keko Magrini. There he is at number two. And then the highest handicap player on that team, playing off 6 goals, Tolito Ocampo. And the man is always good for a surprise. At back, playing number 4, matching his shirt, Hilario Figueras. Now, we are very, very excited to have the Parrotheads not only here at Grand Champions Polo Club, but making it all the way to the final. We're going to start with the only lady player on that team. Please welcome at number 1, Ronnie Duke. I did say number 2. Number 2, Ronnie Duke. At number 1 then, one of the two Viana brothers, Nachi Viana, the 3-goaler there. And then a young man who might be a father this afternoon. Good luck with that, Mr. Jason Waits, the second 3-goaler in that team. And at back, of course, the 6-goaler, that is Felipe Viana. 2 mounted umpires this morning, I should say. Mr. Mark Holmes and Federico Martelli. Our third man, who I'm going to be joining right now, is Esteban Ferrari. So, a lot at stake. But remember also, we will have our second of our double headers this afternoon. We've got the final of the WPL Palm Beach Open coming on later on this afternoon. That will be played at 4 o'clock. Also coming to you live, of course, from Grand Champions Polo Club. Good morning, Esteban.
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you. So here we go then. It is going to be a great game. Beautiful conditions, and let's see who is going to leave this field with $50,000, the richer, after this final. Now I shall be telling you a little bit how these teams got here. Remember, at the beginning, we had 6 teams competing for this year's very prestigious 50,000 national 12 goal. Ball's thrown into play, picked up straight away by the number 3 there from the Parrotheads, and that is Jason Waits. And down comes that hammer straight away. I told you, he's a very strong number 4. Figueres waited to get the ball back sent to him as Tolito Ocampo will try and send Nacho Figueres on his way. Now the 2 Viana brothers, of course, playing number 1 and number 4 at the Parrotheads. They are going to be the backbone here of that team. So let's see how they fare, and I'm pretty sure you will expect both of these teams to be running and gunning from the word go. That's the first shot on goal there by the Parrotheads, just going ever so slightly wide as Beverly Equestrian will, of course, have possession. Now, it might take the teams maybe no more than half a chukker just to get their rhythm going. And I'm sure both of these teams will have watched how they played on Friday in the 2 semi-finals. Let me tell you how Beverly Equestrian did. Remember, this tournament is a by elimination, so there is no room for error here. Over on the far side, Magrini now will try and pick this one up. He's up against Jason Waits. Figueres comes in. Couldn't control that one out in midair. Nicely taken here, and a big quick turnaround here from the Parrotheads, turning defensive play into attacking play. That's a very fast pony that Nachi Viana is on here. Viana with a straight run to goal. He's got Ocampo right behind him. A cut shot is coming. Well, he cut it, but he cut it a little bit too fine. So again, no score. Second shot on goal here from the Parrotheads. I told you they were going to flex their muscles and put the pressure on very, very early on. So Beverly Equestrian in their first game, they took care of business, beating Hurlingham 1875. Now that was a very, very thrilling game because it went into overtime, into a 7th golden goal chucker. Ocampo then scoring that most important goal. They left the field that day 12 goals to 11. They then took care of business by beating a Rio Polo team 14 goals to 8, putting them in the position now into the final. Parrotheads, their first game, they beat Performance Polo 12-9 and did the same again on Friday in the semi-final, beating Ellipse also 12 goals to 9. That's how they progressed through to this morning's final. Now, for the first time, we actually see Beverly Equestrian getting a little bit of headway here into the half of the Parrotheads. Under the next shot there from Hilario Figueres. He's going to be picked up. He had to wait for the ball to come to him. Magrini, a little tap shot is all it's going to take. Eventually the ball goes through. Now who do we give that to? I think it was Hilario Figueres. Thank you. I'd like to also welcome the rest of our team here this morning. Of course, the lovely Chase, who is our timekeeper, official timekeeper and scorer. The Tower of Power there, Stephanie Schwetz. Thank you very much for, of course, being here. So Hilario Figueres opens the scoring here for Beverly Equestrian, making it 1 goal to 0. Both of these teams, of course, playing off 12 goals, no advantage given. We are in the first chukker. It's 4:02 now left to play in this first chukker. Ball's back in play. Picked up by Ocampo. Ocampo just holding back a little bit. He can see there's nobody up the front yet. Maybe Hilario now will make himself available. He's got Bill Ballhouse out on the left. Here comes the drive. He looks like he was looking for Figueres. Waits will clear that one, looking for and finding one of the 2 Viana brothers. Viana, can he control it? In comes the support, this time from Felipe. Felipe, of course, playing the number 4. Nachi up at front, playing the number 1. And there is the pass. A little bit too steep here for Jason Waits, as it'll be Hilario Figueres who will send it back. Topped it there on the back turn. Picked Nachi. Viana. Nachi now, can he score from there? He's got Waits behind him. There's a whistle. Umpire Federico Martelli blowing a bit of a late whistle. Not quite sure what he saw there. It all looked very much straightforward to me, the way they were turning around on that ball. But there must have been a foul committed somewhere. We'll have to wait and see what they made of that play. I'll tell you that That's what I thought it might be. It might have been a foul on the second player. Yeah, you'll see that on the action replay. So a very good call here by the mounted officials, just making sure that they play by the rules, of course. Well, on that play with the 3:09 on the clock is when we will have a courtesy change. That is, of course, always very much key here at Grand Champions Polo Club. We were talking about that a lot during the week. Courtesy change, no longer than 45 seconds permitted. And I'm sitting up here alongside Esteban Ferrari, who just confirmed it was a foul on the second player. So we're going to go with it. So when the players come back, you can see the umpires have already dropped the ball down on the field, the penalty 2 spot. So an open goal, an undefended goal, and a very good morning also to the father of Hilario. Nacho Figueres is in the house. Bon dia, señor. Good to see you. I'm pretty sure that Nacho will be very keen to see how his son does out there so far. Nacho, if you missed the first goal, it was Hilario who scored that first goal, putting his team into the lead by 1 goal. Oh, you did see it. Okay. So here they come then, very quickly back out on the field. Once the teams get their momentum going, they don't really want to have too many interruptions. So a quick pony change here. 3:09 left on the clock. And as I say, Beverly Equestrian getting off to the better start so far after that goal coming in from Hilario Figueres. So as I was saying, there was a foul on that second player, hence why, and a very good spot there by the umpires, hence why we will have an open goal penalty here, a penalty to 30 yards the distance, 2 goal in favour of the Parrotheads, who really have played in a tremendous tournament here. A new team here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. And great also to see a young lady by the name of Ronnie Duke here in the final representing, well, I suppose all the lady polo players, of which I'm sure we would like to see a few more. So play is called, and stepping up to the plate like he did in that semi-final will be Nachi Viana. Viana making no mistake, getting that much needed and very important equaliser. That makes it 1 goal apiece with exactly 3 minutes left on the clock. Now, as I said, we will, of course, have the big final, the 3rd in the series of the WPL season this year. We've had the All-Star Challenge, we've had the Founders Cup, and they were both won by Richard Mille. And Richard Mille, which has never happened before, a team that has made it into 3 finals. It'll be interesting to see whether this afternoon they can actually make it 3 wins in a row. The 2 teams that are going to be competing for that very prestigious trophy had already met in that tournament during the group stages. Casablanca, the other finalist on that occasion, beating Richard Mille. Was a very, very close score, 10 goals to 11. And I'm pretty sure that having been given a second chance here, Richard Mille will do everything they can to try and get the victory and the title. This one just going ever so slightly wide as the Parrotheads, once again after that throw-in, managed to get deep into the half there of Beverly Equestrian. But on this occasion, just putting the ball out to the right-hand side. Ocampo, Tolito Ocampo. No, it won't be. It'll be Hilario Figueres, who will tap the ball into play deep in his own half. Out to his right-hand side, looking for Keko Magrini, but it was intercepted by the number 4, Viana, Filippi Viana. A right-of-way violation is what that whistle was for just a few seconds ago. And also verified and confirmed here by the 3rd man. Now we are sitting in this wonderful stadium here, just the 3rd man and myself, enjoying the perfect and splendid view of these, field number 1 and number 2, of course, where they'll be playing the final this afternoon. And again, a big compliment to the ground staff here, Grand Champions, turning out these 2 prestigious fields in such a great way. So as a result of that right-of-way foul that was caused against Beverly Equestrian, the Parrotheads now have a penalty 3. Again, an undefended, so an open goal penalty 3 shot to goal to try and make their second goal of the morning, which would take them into the lead by 2-1. Play is called. And stepping up to the plate once again will be Nachi Viana. Nice and low, but straight, no mistake. Goal number 2 here for the Parrotheads. So after that first conceded goal, they've come back very strong. And out of 2 penalty situations, a 2 and a 3, they very quickly come back and take the lead here, still in Chukka number 1. 1:13 left on the clock as they come back to the centre. Ball about to be thrown into play. Here we go then. And again, as we were saying all along the week here, with the semi-final stages, of course, for the WPL and for this tournament, at this level of any tournament here at Grand Champions, it's all going to come down to controlling and possessing the ball, and that's exactly what the Parrotheads are doing. Pretty hard ride off there, coming in front of the player, but ever so slightly. And of course, the umpires again keeping a very careful eye on that. Anything that could be dangerous play and that could affect the well-being of the ponies, like a too aggressive ride off, will of course immediately be controlled. The 2 umpires there just in conference, agreeing and deciding on how they saw it there. It looked like Ocampo came a little bit in too steep on that play. Yeah, in front of the player, which is a clear foul. And a little conversation now with the captain. Remember, in polo, only the captain can converse with the umpires. And just wants to get a clarification on exactly what that play was about. Well, umpires there and the players agreeing. Have a little bit of debris, I believe. A horseshoe on the field. That, of course, needs to be taken away, which is a good call. So, a hit from the spot. Play is called, and it'll be Hilario Figueras. Taps the ball in a couple of times. Out to the left-hand side. Remember, this field running from north to south, beg your pardon. Beverly Equestrian now playing towards the south end of that field. Figueras, there is the first siren, the horn. 30 seconds left to play. Ocampo on the near side. Gets a challenge there from Viana. Picked up nicely once again. And that will go out of bounds, I'm pretty sure. No, it just stays in play. It does go out of bounds indeed after all. So that is end of that first Chukka. A little bit patchy, but I'm sure Parrotheads will be happy with that performance. Twice the score there coming from Nachi Viana, once from Figueras. So the score 2-1 after that first Chukka. Make sure you stay with us here for the remaining 5 Chukkas right after this short break.
An active lifestyle means you never stop moving. That's why only Theragun devices are designed to release your body's deepest muscle tension, so you can do the things you love. Land that pose, hit that final rep, taste success, and do it all over again. You only have one body. Make it a TheraBody.
Welcome back, everybody, and a very good morning to you. Great to have you with us here on Chucker TV. We are coming to you live from Grand Champions Polo Club, the home, the birthplace of champions. And we will be crowning another champion of the 50,000 National 12 goal a little bit later. We've just had one Chucker play. We've got 5 to go. Your 2 finalists here this morning, Beverly Equestrian in the black and white shirts up against the Parrotheads in purple, who so far have done everything that their coach and that the team wanted to achieve, which is win that first Chucker. So a little bit of pressure now for Beverly Equestrian. Figueres will send that one down the field a little bit too far. McGreeny caught wrong-footed there, couldn't pick that one up, but he did have Jason Waits marking him very well to not allow him to possibly get to that ball. And you'll notice, and you'll see that throughout this game, the marking up will be very, very tight. Both teams, I think, will be playing by the strategy of standing very deep in the opposition's half to avoid them from being able to play their game. And that, of course, will be no surprise when you think about what's at stake here. $50,000, and, of course, that beautiful trophy. We will have the prize presentation, of course, right after this game. But now the Parrotheads again, managing to find a little way past at least one defender. In comes a hard challenge there from Kekko McGreeny on the sideboards. McGreeny, well, McGreeny might have had to move out of the way. Let's see what the umpires make of that. Viana very much of the opinion that was his right of way. Now remember, you cannot stop on the ball. So what will the umpires make of that? Mark Holmes there, one of our 2 mounted umpires, and as I suspected, they will give a penalty for as a result of that play. So a blocking foul on that play, an obstructing play, what we call negative play. And as a result of that, the first penalty for. Now this is, of course, is a penalty which can be defended. The defending team, in this case Beverly Equestrian, must allow 30 yards distance to the striking player. And once again, he's already scored 2 out of 2. Can he make it 3 out of 3? He's taken a penalty 2, a penalty 3, and now the first penalty 4 here. Once again, Nachi Viana. It's high in the sky. Let's look at the goal judge. Well, the umpire's already indicating, as you can see with his hand, it went wide, so no goal on his 3rd attempt. And that would have put them in a nice, comfortable position, leading by 3 goals to 1, but it stays 2 goals to 1 with still a little over 6 minutes left to play in Chucker number 2. Figueres gets things underway and looks over on his left-hand side. He was looking there for Ocampo, and you can see what I talked about earlier about the team standing very deep in the opposition's half. Viana now. Well, Viana was about to go around on the outside on the scenic tour, taking the ball out of that melee of players, when, even to my surprise, there was a whistle. Must have been something going on there in midfield between some of the players. Umpires, of course, both of them right on top of that play. And they will, by the looks of things, drop that ball on the centre for a 5B. So maybe slightly too aggressive, that ride off there. So a hit from the spot, from the centre, a 5B in favour of Beverly Equestrian. And I'm pretty sure that'll be taken once again by the number 4. Ocampo just calling McGreeny back, doesn't want him to go too far down the field. Little team talk there. I'm sure they'll have a standard play up their sleeve for a situation like this. Play is called. Figueres will... well, what will he do? He will probably try and drill that one down the field. He does. It's a nice long ball. Looking for Bill Ballhouse. Bill Ballhouse just a tad too slow there. Would have had to pick that one up on the near side. And the Parrotheads will very quickly turn this one around. I beg your pardon. Figueres now. Hilario A lot to do there. The last man stand, he got a piece of it, sent it back, but over on the far side, the Parrotheads again with Viana. On the near side, can he come round the outside of Hilario? Hilario will send this one back or clear of it, or a little cut shot. That could be very, very costly as Viana puts it through, but there's a whistle on the play. Will they give advantage? Well, he definitely put that one in on the near side. Once again, the two umpires there just in confidence. Well, the goal stands there, the advantage given. So, Viana. Nachi Viana getting or redeeming himself and getting that important goal. A lot of hard work here as Figueres failed to try and get that one out of the danger zone. A mistake that can, of course, happen. So, 3-1 then. And the Parrotheads more at the moment playing their game as Hilario will now want to make things good again. Figueres cleverly just allowing those players, and that time it was Jason Waits to run past him. He leave this one, Ocampo around the outside. Ocampo with a little cut shot, has to come far out of the saddle as you saw there, has to really twist to try and get a piece of that ball. Wins it back. There's an appeal there from Waits. The umpires are allowing play to continue. Still Ocampo. Ball house there. Getting out of the way. And again, standing on the line, so a right-of-way infringement there. As Campo was very much trying to find a little gap there. Not easy to do. The Parrotheads also standing very firm there in defence. But once you've crossed that line, there is no way back. And the umpires again spotted that very well. So a penalty, an open goal penalty because of the proximity to goal. And Hilario Figueres, and I can understand why, will want to take this one himself. Nice, calm run up towards the ball. And he puts that one wide. Well, I'm a little bit gobsmacked. Did not expect that to happen. That just could be the nerves of this final, of course. A lot at stake. I'm sure all the players will be... will have a lot of adrenaline pumping through their veins right now. As I said, this was, well, it still is, of course, by elimination only a tournament. No room for error. Figueres being beaten here by Viana. Nachi Viana outplaying the 4-goaler here. Viana, will he go for the cut shot? Well, he went and cut it, and again, a little bit overzealous on that play, putting that wide. But the horsepower by Nachi Viana, incredible. So, 3:40, the whistle. Another courtesy pony change here in this second chukker. Still 3-1. Twice, Nachi Viana scoring from a penalty situation in that first chukker. A penalty 2 and a penalty 3. And then that nice little cheeky near side on the north end of this field. Remember, this field runs north to south, or south to north. As Beverly very quickly coming back out on the field. Still have a little bit of work to do. Want to, of course, avoid the Parrotheads from gaining too much of an advantage and running away with things here. Now, of course, we are always very happy to have any kind of feedback, any kind of questions where you might be playing polo. Let us know where you are so we can give you a shout out, maybe at half time. Wind is picking up a little bit here in southern Florida, here in Wellington, where this is coming to you, where we're broadcasting this from. 1, 2, 3, 4 Parrotheads back on the field. I think we're just waiting for one more player. No, yeah, there he is. All 4 back out on the field. And the umpire calls play, and it'll be Hilario Figueras to get things underway with 3:39 left on the clock in the second chukker. Figueras over on the far side again. The Parrotheads coming in very, very early. Not allowing Beverly to find the room to play their game. Round the outside this time. We've had that duel once before, Viana, but Waits will just back him up nicely. Immediately he's got a man on him. Magrini will come. Turning on the ball, this play. A turning on the ball, foul. Now these are the kind of mistakes that Beverly want to really avoid. Penalty 2 is the consequence. And another open, undefended goal here. And a chance for the Parrotheads to extend their lead to 4-1. Viana teeing the ball up just right. Remember, he scored twice. Missed that penalty for on the north end. Play is called. Now a chance here with his second penalty to Nachi Viana. No mistake, 30 yards, and that is goal number 4 for Nachi Viana, again from a penalty situation. So far only 1 goal scored for Parrotheads, which came out of regular play. But I'm sure they won't mind how they score as long as they get plenty of goals up on the scoreboard. Back to the centre they come. 2:45 left on the clock. Ball about to be released here on the stadium side, I like to call it, by the English umpire, Mr. Marcones. Picked up this time by the father-in-waiting, Jason Waits. Still Waits, loses it. Ocampo, in comes Viana. Now those are the kind of possession plays that you want to try and avoid. Viana just holding back nicely. In comes the hook there from Magrini. Viana weaving his way through. Couple of little taps there. Nicely done. And that is the first goal out of regular play here. Speak upon the second here. And once again on the account of Nachi Viana. So a hat-trick. 3 goals now for that young player in this, the second chukker. Still no score by Beverly Equestrian, who I'm sure will be feeling the pressure. You can hear calls of motivation there amongst the players. And of course they change ends. Ball thrown back into play. Who's going to pick it up first? Campo charging down the line, wanting that whistle, which stays quiet. And once again, a nice little combination play. This time it's Felipe Viana, Felipe right on the outside. Ocampo comes in for a challenge, and it'll be picked up by Figueras, Hilario, but Nachi wanted a piece of it. Now then, Figueras straight away, surrounded there by purple shirts. Again, Hilario will leave this one for Bill Ballhouse. Slightly topped it, and that'll be a change of possession. So a hit from the spot in favor of Parrotheads. And it'll be taken very quickly here by Felipe. Sends that one through the centre. He was looking there for brother Nachi. Didn't quite get a piece of it. Instead it was Hilario who feeds the ball nicely up to Lito Ocampo, who will pick this one up on the near side. Extends it, looking for Magrini, but Waits there. Jason Waits coming back strong. Beg your pardon, that's Ocampo. Ocampo on that play, coming across that oh so important line. And the umpires, of course, always in a position to increase the severity. A technical, I'm being told. Thank you, Esteban. So a technical on top of that crossing foul. You can see that when the umpire raises his hand, as he did there. So a penalty from the centre, a 5B, the consequence. So a little bit of disarray going on here within Beverly Equestrian. Giving away possession a little bit too much for their liking, I'm sure. But I'm sure they will regroup after this chukker. and need to come up with a more focused strategy here where the possession has to be key. So play is called, and the Parrotheads from the center. Felipe drills a long ball down the field. There's the first horn, and Nachi would like to finish what Felipe started. But Figueres steals the ball back, gets it out of the danger zone. Less than 30 seconds left to play. Another nice little backhander there from Waits, looking for Viana, but it's going to be lifted and picked up by Ocampo. Tolito Ocampo, he's got his eyes out on Bill Ballhouse, I think, at the front, who was completely left to his own devices. And that could be a costly mistake. Magrini coming in. Well, I'm sure that Beverly will be happy that that chukker is over. They didn't score as the Parrotheads hit the target 3 times, leaving the field 5 goals to 1 at the end of chukker number 2. Make sure you join us when they come back here. Chukker number 3 in just a few moments.
Yes, I got my swagger back.
A little bit of a shock to the system here for Beverly Equestrian, not having scored in that second chukker. They only scored 1 goal so far. That was in chukker number 1, courtesy of Hilario Figueres. The Parrotheads, on the other hand, here in chukker number 2, hitting the target 3 times, all courtesy of Nachi Vianney, who has actually now got a total of 5 goals to his name. So 5 goals to 1. Is how they left the field after 2 chukkers played. Now, I can only hope that Beverly Equestrian will have had a very intensive team talk in that little break, because they have quite a little bit of work to do. Now, it is still very much early days. 5 goals to 1, 4 goals. Sounds like a lot, but in polo, that can very quickly be turned around. We've seen crazier things happen. And I can only hope that Beverly now that Beverly will have found a remedy, or will be coming up with a remedy of how they can control this game a little bit better, get through to scoring some very important and much needed goals. Ball will be thrown in over the far side where play ended at the end of that second chukker. It's going to come down to possession. The Parrotheads again putting the pressure on early on. Figueres, Hilario, very busy so far here. Instrumental, and you can see they're not making it easy for him. The Parrotheads are marking up exceptionally well. Magrini there for a moment there, being left on his own. He got a piece of it. Viana steals the ball back off the 2-goaler. Magrini, you can only look as they turn things around again very quickly. Magrini lucky to get that one back, looking for Ocampo. Takes a bit of time, might want to send this one back to Keko Magrini. On the halfway line, or just before the halfway line, it'll be left for Hilario. Figueres. Everything running via that number 4 player. Eventually just one too many players to deal with, as once again, change of possession. Waits going up. He wants the ball, as is now Nachi out on the right-hand side. Felipe Viana. He's going to run this one himself. Nachi will tuck in behind. Magrini will try and challenge him on the near side, trying to correct that ball, but he's got Nachi behind him. Ocampo feeling the pressure as well. Nice little steal on the near side. Can he put it through? What a great goal. What a great goal here. That is hard work. The Parrotheads fighting for every inch of that field and being rewarded accordingly. So Nachi, thank you Stephanie, Nachi Vianney making it goal number 6. And we're in the third chukker, 5:41 left to play, 5 goals in it. And again, they win it. This time it is the turn of Felipe. He's out in front. He's got plenty of space. And nice to see how the number 1 there, Nachi, will try and clear the way, allowing Felipe all the time in the world. And Felipe just playing cat and mouse there with Magrini. Goal number, dare I say it, 7. Beg your pardon, of course, that was Felipe. So not quite goal number 7. Felipe Viana getting his first goal, the second player now for the Parrotheads. 6 on the account of Nachi, 1 on the account of Felipe. Very much here in control, the Parrotheads doing everything they discussed and leaving Beverly Equestrian wanting. On the halfway line, picked up again. Things are just not gelling for this team here at the moment. Let's hope the second half will be a little bit more balanced and a little bit more in control for Beverly Equestrian. Again, a right-of-way infringement there just on the halfway line. Difficulty in controlling the ball. As soon as a player gets possession on that line, that's it, game over. So the two Viana brothers there just agreeing on what play they're going to play with. It'll be Felipe Viana. Drills another long ball, this time looking for Mr. Waits. A little bit too deep as Ocampo will get there first. He will send it back in the hope that Magrini, Keko was going to be there first, but a nice open backhand from Viana, finding Nachi. Viana allowing Figueres just to pass him by. Still Viana will want to get a shot on goal, and under the neck attempt is what he wanted, as Hilario will pick this one up and try and run with it, but he's still got to get past one defending player. Couldn't control it. Who can turn first? Duke. She's the first to turn, but straight away 2 defending players. It'll be Magrini, Keko Magrini, and Bill Ballhouse. They were the first 2 defending players, just stopping Ronnie Duke to get through. But she read it well, turned quickly. And there's the pass to Hilario. But again, just before the halfway line, Parrotheads doing a very good job here in defence. Magrini, again, can't control it. Viana will send Nachi on his way, but Ocampo this time very, very highly concentrated, anticipating what was going to happen, and he will take this one round. Ocampo. A little slide there by Nachi. All is good. Comes off the back of a pony. Well, that to me looked like a blocking foul here. 3:11 on the clock. And a right of way. Also will be the reason why the umpires blew the whistle on that play. So 3:11 on the clock, courtesy change. Umpire Mark Holmes and Federico Martelli just comparing notes on what they saw on that last play. You can see the ball's been dropped. Now, of course, they can, once they've agreed on what the infringement was, make the appropriate call for the penalty, which, as it would appear, will be a penalty 2. So the players coming back out as we speak. And it's going to go in favour, as to be expected, of that blocking foul just a few moments ago, in favour of Beverly Equestrian. And they need this just to motivate themselves. They need that feel-good factor. They need to score a quick goal here now to come right back into this game. Still plenty of time left. 3:11 in this last chukker of the first half. And then, of course, another 3 full chukkers lie ahead. So here we go then. Back on the field, and it's going to be Hilario Figueres. Hilario Figueres, a very important shot on goal, and he hits the post. Oh, no, it went in. It went in. Very important goal here for Hilario, his second of this game. And that nearly went out as well. So 7 goals to 2. 2:50 left on the clock as they come back to the centre. Let's hope that the spell is broken now, and Beverly Equestrian can start playing their game and scoring a few very much needed and important goals here. Keep your eye on the prize, guys. Here we go then. Ball's back in play. Once again, won by Nachi Vianney. And he's back up on his knees. That was Felipe Viana there having a little bit of a tumble. Very quickly getting back on the saddle. And thank God nothing happened to the player there. That looked like a rather rough tumble. Once again, very quick response here from our medical unit. So the player seems to be okay. The pony also not sustained any injury there. Of course, the player will know and feel if the pony is okay. So you can see a little bit heated under the collar now here in this phase of the game. Let's have a look at the clock. 2:33 left to play, and I can tell you I'm delighted to have Director of Operations Juan Bellini, a man who I've known for many, many years. First got to know him when he played back in the day in England, winning the prestigious Gold Cup. He is going to be joining me at half-time to give a bit of a breakdown on this game. So a hit from the spot. After that right-of-way infringement right on the throw-in there in favour of Beverly Equestrian. It'll be taken by Hilario Figueres. Taps it in, wants to get a little bit closer. He's got a call out to the right there from Ocampo, who changes and picks it up now on the... Oops-a-daisy, and the second man goes flying. Well, I think this time we will need that medic to come back out onto the field, because it looked like Ocampo there had a nasty fall. We will throw this one back to the studio, and we'll be back as soon as we have any updates. Stay tuned here on Chukka TV. Well, welcome back, everybody. I've got some good news, and that is that Tolito Ocampo, after once again our superb and very quick responding medical staff were able to give him the all clear and the once over. He's back in the saddle again. So Tolito Ocampo to continue playing this very prestigious and important final, and I'm sure also very important, of course, to the rest of the team. Let's hope he will be able to play the game that he set out to play, which is to come back now here in the remaining 2:23 of this first half and show his worth at 6 goals. The cornerstone of that team, Tolito Ocampo. And as a result of that foul, the umpires have awarded an open goal, a penalty. Penalty 2 in favour and as a result of that play, the man with the number 3, Jason Waits, just having to go in what we call the sin bin. Now then, Hilario Figueres, very important here, will make no mistake, gets a very important goal back here for Beverly Equestrian. That makes it 3 goals to 7. Jason waits a total of 2 minutes in the sin bin before he can come back out due to that unsportsmanlike foul. I'm sure that was not his intention. These things sometimes happen, of course, but the rules are the rules, and we must play by those rules. So for another minute and a half or so, the Parrotheads are down to just 3 men, and this could be a kind of a break here that Beverly Equestrian need. A chance here for Magrini, but Viana beats him to it. So they now very much will be doing everything they can to hold on to the possession. You can see hovering there is Magrini, wanting an opportunity to try and steal it back. But as I said, crazier things have happened in a game of polo, even with 3 against 4. We have seen teams come out on top. So it's going to be very much down to the 2 Viana brothers and Ronnie Duke here to try and keep possession as long as they can until Waits is back out on the field. Ocampo looking for a pass down the field for Magrini, but Viana doing well, letting that one triple over the back line. But now, did that come off a defending player? Because if it did, it would mean a safety 60, the equivalent of a corner in soccer. And for those of you who are new to that here in polo, when that happens, the ball will be placed no further than 40 yards either side of the centre. So not quite a penalty for, a little bit further afield than a normal penalty for. And a big chance here once again for Beverly Equestrian. Now then, will it be Hilario or will it be Ocampo? The distance now, I would say, probably closer to 80 yards, 80 to 85 yards. And it's going to be taken by the 6th goaler himself, Tolito Ocampo. Play is called. We're down to the last 53 seconds. And an important time now here for Beverly Equestrian. That one is high in the sky, but it goes wide. And of course, this again costing valuable time. It won't be long now until we will see Jason Waits back out on the field. They need him, of course, but for the moment, Parrotheads have possession. And they will try and keep hold of that possession for as long as they can. Out on the right-hand side, there is that first siren. 30 seconds left to play. Ocampo making himself available. Figueres straight away has a defending player on him. A lot of work now for the 2 Viana brothers. Now back out on the field comes Jason Waits, and not a moment too soon. The last few seconds, just get rid of it, will be the objective now, and the last few seconds left to play in this first half. There it is, end of, well, rather a controversial first half. 2 important goals scored there by Hilario Figueres, making it 7 goals to 3. And we'll be back in just a few moments when I'll be I will have Juan Bellini in front of the microphone. Stay tuned here on Chaka TV. Welcome back, everybody. Just in the nick of time. Good afternoon, Juan. Thank you for taking the time out to talk to me. Let's talk about that first half and what happened right at the end there.
I didn't see. I think the coach just danger riding to the plate, and I think was a little bit too severe.
Yeah.
I think was nobody want to do something like that on the polo field as an accident. So, but I think the Parrot team is doing pretty well, pretty offensive. The guy Biana is playing incredible game. He's been playing incredible in the entire tournament. It's hard to stop him. And the system of that team is pretty good. They have Felipe in the back. He releases the ball, and he using everybody. And then the other team, I think they have to start using every single player in the Beverly team.
Absolutely. Now, as Juan was saying, that if we look at the way they've been playing, no score in Chaka number 2. And if you look at the account here from Nat Chiviani, he scored twice in the first, 3 times in the second, and then again once in the 6th. Would you put this down to the fact that they are so concentrated because Beverly haven't really had a chance to even play their game? They're just reacting, constantly having to chase the ball, and Parrotheads are commanding the game from the word go.
I think the Parrot team is doing things a lot easier. If they're playing with the ball, going around and stop and rotation, they're just hitting the ball. Like I said before, they're using every single player, and they're playing as a team. They're waiting, and Beverly is waiting too much for what Tolito Fernandez Ocampo is doing. They're watching him too much. After he releases, he has to be faster to releasing the ball, using Keiko Magrini so he can pull the team. Hilario's doing a good job in the back, but sometimes in the turning play, Hilario's by himself against 2 or 3 blue players. So it's complicated. They have to, if I'm a coach, I will say to whatever we do until the third chapter, it didn't work. So we have, because that's 7-3, so we have to change the strategy. I think Hilario has to get forward, hit the ball, use more Magrini in front. I put the pressure always in front, always in front. That's I think they should do. Keep put the pressure, keep hitting the ball forward. So using Magrini, using Bill. Bill is a guy who can carry the ball on. So if they're just tapping and turning and looking for the foul, that's what I think Tolito Fernandez Ocampo is doing. If they just release it and use the entire team, because Bill is a really good number 1. If you give it the opportunity and the ball in front, they have a really good offense between him and Keiko Magrini.
Absolutely. Do you think maybe also the fact that they're playing, of course, for such a prestigious final, there's so much at stake that there might be a little bit too much nervousness going on, or do you think it's just the strategy that...
I mean, to be honest, when you play a tournament that is this level is you go to the field nervous.
Yeah.
I know, and sometimes you go to the field try to do too much after a chance to, start go checker by checker by checker. Sometimes when you're polo player, you're just looking about the second six checker and you forget first and second checkers. That could happen to Beverly. They came, maybe they didn't knew that team is going to be that strong. I mean, they started the game thinking in their head that's going to be easy because they've been doing very, very well all season. So, and playing different polos in different fields. So it's hard for them to come and really do the best against a team like this. It's playing very, very well the entire tournament. We got the two Vianas. I mean, I'm really impressed by the
Nacho.
Nacho, yeah. He's really surprised me. In the semi-final, he played an unbelievable game. And look at now, he scored 6 goals in the field. So I think they have to watch him. They try to stop him. I think they're going to have to try, maybe put Keiko Magrini on him to stop that Viana to scoring goals.
Indeed. Juan, thank you very much. The players are coming back out. Director of Operations, Juan, thank you very much for your time.
You're very welcome.
We will see Juan a little bit later. We've got, and I must just ask you, of course, a very exciting final this afternoon. 2 10-goalers, a father and a son, 2 brothers playing against each other. These 2 teams met already in the group stages. Do you think Richard Mille have an open score to settle here today, or do you think Casablanca will do it twice in a row?
That's been like a classic. It's like Barcelona, Real Madrid. It's something like in tennis. I don't know, McEnroe against Jimmy Connors.
Yeah.
I mean, Casablanca, Richard Mille, they always giving us 110% in every game they're playing. So we are very excited. Of course, my heart is with Casablanca. I have my son playing. I got Granty. He's kind of another son to me. Of course, in that hand is Mark Gansi. He's like a brother to me. I mean, I've been working with them for 21 years. So I'm really expecting to have a great game. My heart is in Casablanca. But listen, in the end, everybody wins when you have those 2 teams win. But really, those 2 teams, they always give 110% to win. It's very a family game, but in the end, it's also they go for the glory.
Thank you very much, Juan. May the best you win. Thank you very much. Now, of course, remember, also starting this afternoon, the draw for the Triple Crown will be made this afternoon, and the first 2 games of the Triple Crown will be coming to you live on Chucker TV coming Wednesday and Thursday. Remember, go to gtpolo.com to get a full rundown of the schedule, the draw for that this afternoon. But now let's go back to the second half of this final. Thank you very much, Juan.
You're welcome.
Good luck, and let's see if Beverly can now turn things around here in this second half. They have a lot to do in this second chukker, and it's good to see that young man, Tolito Acampa, is back in the saddle where he belongs. Was it so loud? Thank you. So here we go then. Sitting alongside Esteban Ferrari. Oh yes, I can hear myself now as well. So thank you very much once again. Director of Operations, Juan Bellini. As he said, of course, his heart will be beating for his son. But Juan, of course, himself, a man who's won I don't know how many titles. I first got to know Juan when he played for Champagne Pommery back in England years and years ago, winning the Gold Cup. And as he was saying, this is going to be a classic. It's going to be, I think, already now a Hall of Famer. Remember, 26 goal, the best, the highest level of polo you will see anywhere in the world outside of Argentina, right here at Grand Champions Polo Club. So 7-3 is how they left it after the first half. After the first 3 chuckers being played. Now, of course, we will have a prize presentation a little bit later after this game. Make sure you stick around for that. And let's see how Beverly Equestrian will fare in this second half. They have, well, it looks like a tall order, but 4 goals. And you saw in that previous chucker, if we look at the individual chuckers, chucker number 1 was won by Parrotheads 2-1. Chucker number 3 won by Parrotheads 3-0. But then in that third chukker, Beverly started turning things around, and it was 2 goals apiece. So it could, if the statistics were to continue the way they have over the last 2 chukkers, it could mean that maybe chukker number 4 could be a chukker that Beverly will come out on top. It's going to come down to winning those ball-ins, those throw-ins, as over on the far side, and I think, actually no, I know what Juan was saying there is very important. Make more use of the other players, get Keko Magrini more involved, utilize the shooting power of Bill Ballhouse, always very dangerous in front of goal. Give him half a chance, he will try and run away with it. But again, nice defensive play here by the Parrotheads, and also the way they are passing seems to be working so much better still here, as this young man, Jason Waits, will run away with this one. That's the second shot towards goal. Ocampo can only watch as he checks up in front of goal. A shot, I'm sure, will put it through. Jason Waits, as my friend Dale would say, coast to coast like butter and toast. A great goal from the man who was in the sin bin in that last chukker for dangerous riding, coming back here, showing his worth at 3 goals, and puts the first score here up for the team Parrotheads in this fourth chukker. 8 goals to 3 then, with 6:20 left on the clock in this, the fourth chukker. Back to the centre they come. Conditions out here this morning, I should say, still perfect. Some clouds and a little bit of a breeze going on, which I'm sure the players will appreciate. But we are in our mid to high 80s. For anybody from Europe, that is your low 30s. So very nice temperatures here in southern Florida at Grand Champions Polo Club. Ocampo looking for Magrini. The pass was a little bit short. It lands on the feet there of Waits, and Waits didn't waste much time. Snaps one under the neck, looking for Viana. And this time, well attended in that play, as Keko Magrini will turn things around. There comes the bump and a ride-off. Nicely taken on the near side. Now both Viana brothers trying to get a grip on the 2-goaler, Keko Magrini. In comes Figueras, a long-distance shot there from Ocampo, as Hilario will try and keep that one in play. He does just that, but you can see the goal judge there waving the flag down, suggesting that ball had already crossed the line. So all of a sudden, Beverly Equestrian very much coming alive here in this fourth chukker, but they're still down by 1 so far, and that was scored by Jason Waits just a few moments ago, taking the ball from one end of the field to the other. Once again, the Parrotheads with a nice pass up to the front door. A hard bump and a run. Oh, he couldn't make the connection as Hilario Figueras slams on the brakes there. Can't control the ball. Magrini will lend him a helping hand. Still Hilario. He's found a little gap there as he tries to centre that ball. He's got Magrini right behind him. There comes the near side backhander looking for Waits, but it's going to be Ocampo. Ocampo looking out to his left-hand side where he saw Magrini had turned. Near side, nicely taken, but very, very short. And once again, trying to put a bit of calm into the play here. The Parrotheads with Viana. Viana will send that one over the halfway line, looking to feed it up to Jason Waits. Unfortunately, not on his stick side. Ocampo once again feeling the pressure here from the Parrotheads. Over on the far side, this time Felipe Viana will send it down the boards, looking for and finding Nachi. Nachi has a little look up. He knows he's got Waits in front of goal. Just holds back, timed it just well here for Felipe to try and come round the outside. Waits will try and clear. Blocking foul will be the call on that play. And I'll be very surprised if we don't see an open goal penalty too here. Let's see how the umpire saw that, but it was a nice little play there from Felipe to Nachi and Nachi to Felipe. 3:33 on the clock. A courtesy change. And then when we come back, we will know. Let's see where the umpire drops that ball. There it is, an open goal. And that will go in favour of the Parrotheads, who, if they convert when they come back after this courtesy change, will be just shy of 1, which would put them into double figures. So, on more important and other news, as Polo manager Cale Newman was telling me this afternoon, we will have the draw for the Triple Crown. A lot of all the teams, of course, very eagerly much awaiting the draw of that Triple Crown, and then the action for our fourth and final WPL season on grass. The Triple Crown will start on Wednesday and Thursday. And then, of course, at the end of April, starting on the 23rd, running through to the 25th of April, the WPL Miami Beach World Cup. Go to miamipolocup.com, miamipolocup.com, where you can still, of course, buy tickets. It's going to be a great event. Of course, last year had to be cancelled due to the pandemic. Delighted that Tito Gaudenzi and his team are able to host this prestigious, internationally acclaimed beach polo event again. So miamipolocup.com, remember, 23rd, 24th, 25th of April, where the WPL superstars will be taking to the beach at Miami Beach. And we look forward to and very much hope to be seeing you there at the end of April. Now then, whistle's been blown. The players are more or less all back out on the field. And as I said, we will have, based on that blocking foul in front of goal, we will have a penalty from the spot. It'll be taken by Nachi Viana, who's looking for goal number 6 now. Play is called. Here we go then, to make it 9-3. A little chip shot, no mistake, and there it is, goal number 6 for Nachi Viana. Remember, twice in the first, 3 times in the second, once in the third, and now already 1 in the fourth. Jason Waits also with a goal to his name, a great goal that we saw from him. And of course, Felipe Viana also in that third chukker as he stole one and put it in on the near side after that run on goal. Ball's back in play over on the far side, and it'll be Keko Magrini who will come out on top. Another one of those inevitable crossing of the line infringements, of course, which has to be, especially when it's so close with that opposition player, has to be blown. Remember the umpires, of course. Also the umpires that we use for the WPL out there, Federico Martelli and Mark Holmes, as well as Esteban Ferrari, and of course Gaston Dorignac, will be as lenient as they can, but health and safety of the four-legged athlete and the two-legged athlete, of course, are top order and a major priority. So, based on that play, a hit from the centre, a 5B, and it'll be taken by Felipe Viana. Viana sends them all up the field, wants to get a little bit closer. The first man he's going to have to get past is Keko Magrini there, the man with the number 2. He will decide to try and outrun him, but Magrini will take the man. Good defensive play here, allowing a little near side backhand. He created the space to play that shot, but it had a deflection as Viana will try and unload a long distance shot to goal. It's going to go just wide. Very, very close indeed, but this is exactly what I like to say. This is what perseverance looks like, and they are persevering and fighting. It's all about that possession. Now 9-3 is a comfortable margin, but they still have 2 minutes remaining in this chukker, and then 2 further full chukkers, as maybe Hilario Figueres, who has a bit of a problem there controlling that ball. It might have come out of a sort of a divot as they once again turn things around, and that is another run to goal here for the Parrotheads. Again, a lot of work here by Figueres as he turns, but it's not far enough. The Parrotheads still have possession. Viana, this time Nachi, trying to lose that 6-goal player, Tolito Ocampo. Well, he's done very well on the near side now. He's got Jason Waits behind him, tries to send one on the near side through the uprights, as Magrini has a little bit of space. Now this could be Magrini all on his own because he's got no one back home to play it to. Magrini over on the far side. Again, Magrini just forgot to take the ball with him on that play. Ballhouse couldn't pick it up. Ocampo coming in, steals it. We'll try and run it down the back line, but I think one of the Viana brothers got his stick down, managing to stop Ocampo from taking it all the way, and that will go straight across the field and into the back of the field, so out of bounds. So after a lot of hard work, eventually Beverly Equestrian managed to find a bit of space along the sideboards. But it has to be said, they are a force not only at front in scoring goals, but also when it comes to their defensive play. Very much switched on here and doing a very good job, the Parrotheads. Viana to Viana, looking for and finding Nachi. Early challenge coming in from Ocampo. Left foot, Bill Ballhouse. He'll pick this one up off the sideboards, but he's got to be careful. Nachi wants it back. Ocampo coming in from behind. Will try and steal it off him. And that whistle will end the fourth. Chukker, 9-3. We'll come back. And I hope you do too after this short break here on Chukker TV.
To be able to come here and play a course such as this, it's a great experience. Probably the best tee gift I've ever received, so, and that's no lie. My wife actually gave me a pair for Christmas before I played in the tournament, so this will be my third pair, so I'm looking forward to it.
Over the calf, 17 and a half. Outseam, 43 and a half.
We make a personal pattern for everybody, and that takes a lot of different points on a body to draft a pattern.
I have at least 7 or 8 pair. Great golf course and get a pair of blue jeans out of the deal. It's freaking awesome.
The down for that is 17 and a quarter.
What was that, about 32?
Yep, you nailed it.
Same thing you've been wearing since high school.
6 and a half.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks so much for being here, and good luck today on the course. We will do a true shotgun start today, so good luck today, and y'all have a great time.
People aren't accustomed to getting a gift like custom pants at a golf tournament, but for clubs that do offer that to their members, it's been a success every time because it's so unique, it's so different, and it's an American-made product that's custom. You get measured for it, you get to design it and pick it. Who doesn't like that?
Getting a pair of jeans from Blue Delta is a great gift, something unique, something that they normally wouldn't get that they really appreciate.
Welcome back, everybody. Great to have you with us here for the remaining 2 chukkers of this, the final of the 50,000 National 12 Gold 2021. 4 chukkers down, 2 to go as we come back here. Chukker number 5. And of course, play will resume where it ended at the end of that previous chukker, which was a whistle on that play. Down here in the far right-hand corner. Chukker number 5. As the players come back out, well, we have seen a nice turnaround here. At least the way they've been playing, even though they didn't score. That's now the second chukker that Beverly did not score. They didn't score in chukker number 2. They didn't score in chukker number 4. And it's been a very busy afternoon for Hilario Figueres. He's just getting some words of encouragement there and some advice from his dad, Nacho Figueres, alongside Tolito Ocampo and Bill Ballhouse. They still have the time to turn this around. 2 full chukkers left to play. 7:30 on the clock, but they're down by 6 goals. So the key word here is possession. So after that whistle, that foul that was committed at the end of chukker number 4, a hit from the spot. Penalty 5A for the Parrotheads, who so far have been doing everything exactly the way I'm sure Ronnie Duke wanted them to play. Here we go then, little open backhand, nicely done from Ocampo, looking for, as always, the man with the number 4, Figueres. It'll be picked up there by Magrini. Viana just hovering there in front of him. Needs to, of course, make sure he does well. That's to me, that looked like a shading foul there. To the disbelief here, once again, of Beverly Equestrian. Let's see what the umpire's made of that. I could see that Magrini was very much trying to find a passageway through. And I think it might have been on that second player, the number 4, Hilario Figueres, might have had a little foul there committed against the number 1, Nachi Viana. And that's exactly what happened. It was the foul on the second player, exactly. So just looking at the replay here, as the Parrotheads will gain possession, and that, as I said, is the key word. A little bit too short there for Jason Waits. Ocampo trying to find a little bit of space here, but the Parrotheads really, they are not giving them any space at all. McGreeny eventually receiving the pass, but met very early once again here by Viana. We'll leave this one behind for Ocampo. Ocampo will just try and drill a long ball down the field. That one seems to still be wanting to go. Just wide, a little flick of the wrist here. Ball still in play as Jason Waits will turn on a dime and try and clear it. He's got Figueres in front of him. Clears it, nicely done. He saw that Nachi over on the far side was completely left to his to himself. Tops that one ever so slightly. Ocampo will send it back. And nicely picked up on the near side. A chance here for the Parrotheads to break once more. Nice bit of stick work here from Viana. Trying to get through. And again, a little bit of dangerous right on that play. Ocampo pulling the handbrake on that one, as he knew that Nachi Viana was going to be away and through on that one. So again, a good call by the mounted officials here. And again, an opportunity that the Parrotheads will be very thankful for. So, a penalty. Wait to be seen what penalty it is. It would be at least a penalty 4, but I think they're going to move it up because of that dangerous play indeed to a penalty. Penalty 2. So a chance now to finally get into those double figures and extend their lead by a further goal, which would make it 7 goals to 3. And once again, he's already scored 6. This could be goal number 7 for Nachi Viana. No mistake, there it is, double figures and goal number 7, and Nachi Viana. So far the highest scoring player on that field. So 10 goals to 3, 5.5 minutes left on the clock in this, the penultimate chukker. Over on the far side, of course, the ball being thrown in the second half. Here we go then, and it looks like once again the Parrotheads coming out on top, and that's made all the difference here, I would say. Well over 90% of those throw-ins being won there by the Parrotheads. A near side backhand there looking for McGreeny, but he can't control it. He will leave it for Figueres. He will send Bill Ballhouse on his way, but he will get the challenge there from Ronnie Duke, who tried to send it back. It's extended. Nicely kept in play there by that backhander from Jason Waits. Figueres again looking to feed the ball up to Ocampo. Ocampo looking for McGreeny. Viana there also coming in for a challenge, but remember, you cannot tackle a player from both sides. And we have another whistle on what clearly looked like dangerous play again. And this time he got a knock, but he's staying in the saddle. Man with the number 4, Felipe Viana. Ocampo there just coming a little bit too aggressive there. So with 4:37, the umpires are deeming it appropriate to have a courtesy pony change and letting some of the players maybe just cool off a little bit. The Parrotheads just, yeah, as I was just saying, dangerous play there by Ocampo. Well, Beverly Equestrian just not gelling for some reason today, just not making the connection. And that's not to take away the fact that the Parrotheads are playing a very solid game here this morning I should still say. It is still morning. And a penalty 5B. There's a ball on the field, thank you. So 5B after that dangerous play, deemed very necessary to call by the umpires. So Parrotheads once again have it, 4:37. They lead by 7. And we're all very thankful, of course, that Felipe Viana did not sustain any major injury on that play. Now let's see what play they have up their sleeve and what they will do now. It'll be Felipe Viana himself to take this 5B. He's got Jason Waits up at front. Ronnie Duke is up there as well. And there's the long drive. I think it's going to have Jason Waits' name on it. It's going to land and just once again go ever so slightly shy of hitting the target, but the danger isn't over yet as Hilario Figueres, as Magrini will tuck in behind. Now then, has he got the faster horse? Hilario. Everything done by the rules there. Felipe waited for the player to come before he went in for that ride-off. Remember, you can ride the player off that line as long as you do not come in at too much of an acute angle. Magrini, nicely outplayed, Magrini, but again, there comes the hook attempt. It's left for Hilario Figueres. Can he find a way through? Well, he's appealing, but the umpires say play on. And that is how you dismantle a defense. This time the defense of Beverly Equestrian as Felipe Viana. Oh, a little bit unlucky here. Ocampo will send it back. But there are two purple shirts waiting. The first there being the number 1, Nachi. Now, would he go for the under the next shot? Here it comes to try and center it still. Nachi Viani on the near side. A man coming down the line with the number 3, and that will be... Well, there must have been a whistle on that play for them to just stop like that all of a sudden. So 3:15, and we're going to have a pony change. So when we come back, we'll know more, but Esteban, that looked quite normal to me. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Well, Esteban telling me there that a player did cross that line right in front of goal, so a hit from the spot will be the consequence here, and a possession for Beverly Equestrian. 3:15 on the clock. But Beverly Equestrian very much deep in their own half. So we will, of course, as I say, have a prize presentation. And that prize presentation will take place right after, of course. Not only will the runners-up, the winners, but we will also have a prize for the MVP, the most valuable player of this final, and, of course, a Grand Champions Polo Club best playing pony. So make sure you stick around. We still, of course, have 3 minutes 15 to play in this chukker, and then a 6th and final chukker. But I think, Esteban, it's fair to say that the Parrotheads already have one hand on the trophy. So here they come back then on fresh ponies. Again, the field, of course, holding up tremendously well, thanks to the great team here, the ground staff at Grand Champions. So all 4 players back from the Parrotheads, waiting to have the umpire call play. Beverly Equestrian as Tolito Ocampo will get the last 3 minutes and 13 seconds underway of this, the penultimate chukker. Viana, Nachi, had to lean far out of the saddle there to try and steal it back. And this time, riding into the swing there. So a 5B, I'm sure, will be the consequence of that play. Ocampo, we call that shading. So So Ocampo being fouled. There it is, ball being dropped on the centre line. Now then, can they get back a couple of goals? 3 minutes. If they can score a goal a minute, they'll be back to where they were a little bit earlier in the game. Chukker number 1 ended 2-1 in favour of the Parrotheads. Chukker number 2 ended 5-1. No score in that second chukker for Beverly. Chukker number 3 then 2 goals apiece, but it ended 7-3 for the Parrotheads. Chukker number 4 again no score for Beverly, and 2 for Parrotheads, leaving it 9-3. And then so far, only Nachi Vianney having scored in this chukker, putting his team into double figures. A nice long ball up in front. Magrini, can he pick it up? Too far out there for Figueres. Bill Ballhouse and Juan Bellini was saying, they should utilize more the players that they have. Ocampo, a backhand, a tail shot. Will he hit the target? He does eventually. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. So, Tolito Ocampo, believe it or not, getting his first score of this game. All other 3 goals scored so far by Hilario. So 10-4, but the clock, of course, has no mercy. It'll be running down. We're down to 2:20 left to play in this, the 5th and penultimate chukker. Ball's back in play. A lot of players all over that ball. Umpires wanting to try and open things up a little bit. Telling the player to use it or lose it. Nice pick up here on the near side by Figueres. Hilario. Still Figueres, but again, the Parrotheads coming back very strong. A little deflection there, a little turn. And this time, I think just a smidgen earlier there, the man with the number 3, Ocampo, might have been on that line first. You can see the 2 umpires just comparing exactly how they saw it. Two umpires now also consulting the third man who's sitting alongside me here to see how he saw that play. Well, when in doubt, go for the fairest option, and that seems to be the case here. They're going to go for a throw-in. So nothing gained and nothing lost. And this, of course, is why we have that third man sitting up here, just to voice his opinion. Ball thrown back into play, and it's picked up once again by Viana. Viana around the outside again, a lot of space here, but he needs a bit of support. Waits will be the next person, the next player there in purple, but beaten to it there. Nicely turned by Figueres. Hilario loses it. Magrini will try and extend it. Trying to control it on the near side, and he wanted it desperately, but Ocampo paying attention, couldn't make the connection. Now then, Felipe Viana, he's got Nachi out on his left. There's the pass to said Nachi Viana. Ocampo nicely picked up on the near side. A difficult shot there as he tried to snap the one under the neck. That ball is still running, and it's saved by Figueres. Great play there from the 2 brothers. Felipe sending it over to Nachi. Nachi then on the near side under the neck. And I think that ball would have gone in had Figueres not fished it out of the goal mouth. Again, this time it's the turn of Jason Waits. There is the horn. 30 seconds left to play. Again, pressure and power, and Waits can't do much with that as Ocampo will clear it. In comes Nachi. The danger isn't over just yet. Nachi Viana. Viana on a clear run to goal. There's nobody in front of him. He just needs to keep his composure. A backhander. Has it gone through? Unlucky. Unlucky, but great to see them fight to the very end. That is all they played for. End of chukker number 5. 10-4. We'll be right back here with Chucker number 6 after this short break. Stay with us here on Chucker TV.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day. And the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
Well, the players are coming out back slowly. 10 goals to 4 is how they left it after 5 chuckers played. It was 1 goal apiece, but I think if I look at the score sheet here, it was chucker number 2 and chucker number 4 that were instrumental here. Beverly Equestrian on those 2 chuckers, not getting a single goal. It's been very consistent here for the Parrotheads, scoring 2, 3, 1, 2, and another 1 in that last chucker. And I think it's safe to say they are very close now to getting their hands on that trophy and being crowned National 12-Goal Champions 2021 with a nice check to boot of $50,000. So, a chance for me to once again remind you to tune in. Not forget, you can do the washing and the ironing tomorrow on Monday. Make sure you join us here this afternoon for the final of our 3rd WPL tournaments of the 2021 season, the Palm Beach Open. And as Juan Bellini was saying in the halftime break, it's going to be a classic game. It's going to be one of those you want to be able to come back to, I'm sure, in the future. 26 goal, high goal at its highest level in the world outside of Argentina. Coming to you here from Grand Champions Polo Club. Make sure you tune in this afternoon. The first ball will be thrown in at 4 o'clock. We've also got the skydivers coming in today. It is, of course, finals day, a special day, always here at Grand Champions Polo Club. And we very much look forward to having you tune in this afternoon. 4 o'clock. Remember, the clocks went forward in Europe last night. So the time difference now to the UK is 5 hours. To the rest of Europe, it's 6 hours. As we now go back to the action and watch the Parrotheads not easing up in the slightest. They will want to take this all the way to the finishing line. Again, making it exceptionally difficult here for Beverly Equestrian to even get out of their own half. Standing very deep, pressing, and trying to gain possession seems to be the order of the day here for the Parrotheads. As on the far side, we might see a break here from Hilario Figueres. Again, stopped there in his track. Keke Magrini now immediately surrounded there by defenders, by the Parrotheads. He will send that one up to Ocampo. Now for the first time, a little clever play where they have outplayed that defense, but didn't follow it through. Again, Nachi Viana. Well, Hilario Figueres getting calls from all over the field, and you can see a little bit indecisive there as to who to play it to. So he's done what I would have done, is play it himself, appealing there. Thought he had his right of way taken as Jason Waite slams on the brakes, near side back again. Hilario working very, very hard. He's all over the field this afternoon. And those words echoing very loud in my mind as Juan Bellini was saying, Beverly need to utilize more of their other teammates. And once again, here a chance for the Parrotheads as they break away. Plenty of space, plenty of time here. It'll be Nachi Viana, like he's taken the ball for a little walk down the field. Nachi Viana making it 11 goals to 4. Well, as you know, I'm not a betting man, but I'm pretty sure that most of the hard work needed to be done has been done, and you can see Hilario a little bit frustrated there. I'm sure he'll be saying, I'm not the only man out there, I need a little bit of help, and he's done such a great job there, working very hard in defense, coming up and also being the man who scored 3 times. Hilario Figueres for me, the strongest player out there for Beverly Equestrian. But as you all, I'm sure, know, there is no I in team. It's a team game here. A little shot out of frustration there by Magrini. He's going to be left behind for Ocampo. Ocampo will want to get a clean shot on goal. There it comes. He lofts it. And a nice goal there from Ocampo, reducing the deficit to just 6 goals. 11 goals to 6, but of course the clock is ticking down. 4:20 by the time they get back to the centre. So the Parrotheads, a team that has come out of nowhere and has won the hearts of so many already here at Grand Champions Polo Club. A lot of support here. And we are surprised that Beverly Equestrian did not play the way they've been playing so far throughout the season, especially also in that semi-final when they convincingly beat Oria 14 goals to 8. Now then, Magrini didn't make a clean touch. It's sent back, but it's left for Ocampo. Ocampo will put his mallet down again, not being able to get past that defender. Another whistle on that play. 3:37 on the clock. Oh, beg your pardon. Yes, it's 11:05. Absolutely right. Thank you very much. The eye in the sky there, the Tower of Power. So, last pony change of this final. Chance to once again remind you that, of course, we've got the draw for the Triple Crown coming up. That's the 4th and final high goal tournament of the 26th WPL season this year. The draw for which will be taking place later on this afternoon. And as Cal Newman, the polo manager, informed me earlier, the first matches of the Triple Crown will be played coming Wednesday and Thursday. Penalty 1. I've just been told a penalty 1 after that play before they went for the courtesy change. So it should, 11-6. So an automatic goal given and ball placement from the centre in favour of Beverly Equestrian. But I fear it might just be a little too late. Having said that, if he can score a quick goal now and make it 11 goals to 7, 4 goals in 3.5 minutes is doable, but you need to be quick and you need to have a little bit of luck. So, Tolito Ocampo. We'll get the remaining 3:37 underway. And remember, we will have, of course, the prize presentation right after this chukker. We'll give the players a few moments just to catch their breath and regroup before they come and join us here for the prize presentation. As we now watch Keko Magrini. Magrini dancing around, appealing there. He had the ball taken off him. Viana couldn't get to it in time. Hilario Figueroa will try and steal it back. Would like to get himself in a position where he can open his shoulders and take a shot. This clear infringement there coming. The foul from Nachi Viana. A little bit unnecessary at this stage of the game, but an opportunity, and a very important opportunity for Beverly Equestrian. Clock now down to 3:11. So who's going to step up to the plate? Well, no surprise there to see Hilario Figueroa. He's already scored 3. This could be goal number 4 for him. Nicely done. No mistake there by the 4-goaler. So 11 goals to 7 now. 4 goals in it, but the clock down to 3 minutes. Well, if they did score a goal a minute now, who knows, they might just get away with it, but they need to be back to the centre a lot quicker. The Parrotheads, of course, know that time very much on their side now. As Federico Martelli throws the ball into play, and again it looks like the Parrotheads coming out on top here, only briefly, as Ocampo will send Bill Ballhouse on his way. Magrini, will he attempt a long distance shot again? Figueres has to slam on the brakes. Viana, he's established himself on that line. Down comes the hammer there from Figueres. Nicely outplayed, dancing a little pirouette there. And this all costing valuable time that Beverly don't have, and he will send Waits on his way. But Ocampo read it well, will send it back. Hilario, a little flick of the wrist. Can he get himself into a shooting position again? Purple, the Parrotheads, the team in purple, not allowing them to get through. Magrini here. Sandwich attack, I mentioned that earlier. You cannot tackle a player from both sides. You cannot tackle a player from both sides. That was one of those classic sandwich tackles. So another chance here to claw one back. 1 minute and 50 left to play in this, the sixth and final chukker. So, and I'm sure that'll be taken by, well, either Ocampo or Figueres. It'll be Hilario Figueres looking for goal number 5 for him, having already scored one just a few moments ago. No mistake for Hilario so far, 100% when it's come to the penalties. 11 goals to 8, all of a sudden just 3 goals in it. But they're running out of time. 1.5 minutes is left to play here in chukker number 6. And I'm pretty sure that the Parrotheads are containing themselves. I'm sure that they are. Ooh. Oh, they bounce like a ball. Here we go then. Ball's back in play. Nachi wins it over on the far side. Viana. The score is 11 goals to 8. Remember, we had a penalty 1 in this chukker. Then Tolito Ocampo scored, and Hilario Figueres also scoring twice. So 11 goals to 8, and we're down within the last minute of play as Jason Waits can possibly finish things off here with a goal. And he does, and no mistake, the Parrotheads will be over the moon with that. Jason Waits getting that very important goal. So the score now 12 goals to 8. We're down to the last 10 seconds before we hear that first horn. I think Beverly Equestrian know it. The Parrotheads know it. They are already shaking hands. They're calling it a day. So congratulations, well played to the Parrotheads. 12 goals to 8 then. What a surprise. But a great performance here. Congratulations to Ronnie Duke, Nachi Viana, Jason Waits, Felipe Viana. Well played, guys. Commiserations. It just wasn't their day today. But a strong team, as always, led by Bill Ballhouse there, Beverly Equestrian, Keko Magrini, Tolito Ocampo, Hilario Figueres. That was the Beverly Equestrian team. Runners-up in the final of the 50,000 National 12 goal. We will let the players get their ponies over to the pony line and get themselves refreshed, and then you join us in a few minutes here for the prize presentation of the 50,000 National 12 goal 2021 right here on Chukker TV. Welcome back, everybody, and the players now coming over to the prize presentation. Joyful faces, and look, you can see the parrot there on the shoulder of Mr. Jason Waits, the mascot, the lucky mascot there of the Parrotheads. So if we can have all the players, please, all the players with a mask on, of course. If we can have all the players and the parrots with a mask on. Not the parrots don't need a mask, but the players need a mask. If we can have the players up on the podium. Juan Bellini will be conducting the prize presentation. We're just waiting now for Beverly Equestrian. So I will just wait for the thumbs up from Juan when we start with the best playing pony. Juan, let me know when you want to start with the horse. We want to start with the horse? All right then. If I can have your attention, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with the Grand Champions Polo Club best playing pony of the final. Yep, here we go then. If we can have a round of applause, please, for this beautiful black mare. She was ridden by Ronnie Duke in the 5th chukker. Her name is Tap Dancer. Please, a round of applause for the Grand Champions Polo Club best playing pony of the final of the 50,000 National 12 goal. Somebody just hold the parrot. Thank you. Couple of parrots there. They look very, very relaxed, very happy indeed. So once again then, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the best playing pony. Her name is Tap Dancer. She was ridden by Ronnie Duke in the 5th chukker. And she is awarded with that beautiful Grand Champions Polo Club best playing pony blanket. Well done to Tap Dancer. And of course on behalf of all the other ponies and the grooms as well. Thank you very much indeed. Let's get the pictures, let's get the cameras out for all the most important pictures, of course. And I believe coming over on the left now are the runners-up. Once again, a round of applause, if you would, for Tap Dancer. Coming out of the stables of Owen Reinhardt. 13-year-old, that young mare. Thank you very much indeed. Well done, Ronnie Duke. So Beverly Equestrian now also making their way. If we could have all of the Beverly Equestrian players as well as the Parrotheads. If we could have the players up over on the podium, please. I think. Oh no, hang on. Tap Dancer still wants a few more pictures. Hang on. And if I could ask all the players, please, from both teams, please have your mask on. Thank you very much. Now then, if we could have all the teams with a mask on the podium. Thank you very much. Juan Bellini will be conducting the prize presentation. All the players, please, with a mask. Thank you very much indeed. So here they come then, ladies and gentlemen, up on the podium. First up here, the Parrotheads. And then right behind them, of course, the runners-up, Beverly Equestrian. All the players, of course, with a mask on. Thank you very much. Got one more player missing. There he is, Hilario Figueres. If you'd like to join your teammates, thank you. So before we start with the prize presentation, for those that are here at the prize presentation, can I ask you please to put your hands together for the finalists, Beverly Equestrian and the Parrotheads. Thank you. As I said, Juan Bellini will be conducting the prize presentation. And we're going to start with the runners-up, ladies and gentlemen. So Juan, if you're ready, here we go then. Would you please step forward at number 1, the runners-up, Beverly Equestrian, Mr. Bill Ballhouse. And the lending hand there by Nacho Figueres. Thank you very much, Nacho. At number 2, please step forward, Mr. Keko Magrini. At number 3 then, give it up for the 6-scholar, Tolito Campo. And last, but by no means least, from father to son, please step forward, Hilario Figueres. Well played, Hilario. Now over to the winners of the 50,000 National 12 Golf Final 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, there is only one lady, and we'd like her to step forward, please. Please step forward, Mrs. Ronnie Duke. At number 1, with a parrot in hand, give it up for Nachi Viana. At number 3, ladies and gentlemen, good luck this afternoon, Mr. Jason Waits. I'd like him. And at number 4, put your hands together for the 6-scholar, that is Felipe Viana. Now, before we present the big, beautiful trophy, we, of course, have the award for the MVP, the most valuable player of this final. And the name on this piece of paper that says the MVP is Nachi Viana. Well done, Nachi. And if I could now kindly ask Beverly Equestrian, exit stage left, thank you very much, so that Juan Bellini can present or hand the trophy to Nacho Figueres, who will now hand it over to the winners of the 50,000 National 12 Goal Champions 2021. Here they are, your champions, the Parrotheads! And of course, that very important check there. But first of all, let's have a look at this once again. Let's put our hands together here for the Parrotheads. There's 2 parrots up there. And of course, the presentation of the check. Now, I will leave you with these lovely pictures to remind you, of course, those of you watching at home and around the world, make sure you join us this afternoon, 4 p.m. for the second of our doubleheader, the WPL final of the Palm Beach Open. That'll be coming to you live from on Chucky TV here at 4 o'clock. For now, I leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you back here at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you very much, and a very good afternoon to you all.